What's the matter? Who let you in? Get out!
My name is Wakefield. I need to talk to you. Are you Captain Skid, Her Majesty's 6th Light Infantry?
That title belongs to me no more. Who are you? And what do you want from me? Leave me alone with my misery.
A soldier that used to serve under your command told me I might find you here. William Conghill.
Yes, I remember him. We served together. I have made many mistakes trying to forget those years of my life. Now I'm afraid these memories will follow me to my grave.
I'm looking for information about a man called Alexander Dupree.
I used to know Dupree. He was not a man but a fiend. What do you want with it, someone like him? There are certain secrets that are better left undisturbed.
A patient of mine has disappeared. Alexander is the only one that may know his whereabouts.
If it's true that Dupree is involved in your patient's disappearance, then I'm afraid the matter is out of my reach. Yours too. Now please leave me alone.
Have you ever heard the name Jeremiah Divot? I must find him.
Divot? No, I have not.
I found your medal. It was in the house on Paul Street, door 26. You were there, right?
You think you know what you are doing, but you cannot imagine what you are getting into. I'm asking you for the last time. Leave and forget this matter.
I will not leave until I find the answers I'm seeking. Tell me what I want to know.
You fool. That's... for devil's sake, alright. If you want to ruin your life, you're free to do it.
What really happened on Majuba Hill? Sergeant Conghill told me the story, but his details were confusing.
I'll never be able to forget that day. Nobody knew what really happened. Command decided that we must have been ambushed. Now I know better. There was something in that fog. Something that did not like us entering its domain. A sentinel of some sort. That thing is what killed my soldiers.
How did you meet Alexander Dupree?
I was in the Veterans Hospital, recovering from an illness unknown to the physicians. An ailment of the soul. Dupree managed to contact me there. He wanted me to know my version of the story, what had happened to me in the Battle of Majuba Hill.
Do you know why he was so interested in your story?
I did not know immediately, but with time, I realized the truth about what happened to me was important to his activities, as was I myself. But if you think he tricked me, you could not be more wrong. I wanted to enter the dragon's mouth. I burned with a need to know.
Inside that house, I saw a machine still operating. What was that?
A machine? I do not know what you're talking about. That was just one of many places used as the base for Alexander's activities. The only one whose location I was allowed to know.
What was Mr. Dupree doing then?
You really don't know, do you? Have you ever heard of the playwright?
Yes, I have heard it mentioned before. What is it?
As I imagine, you know nothing. Dupree is not alone. He is but the peak of a pyramid, a vast group of which powerful people take part. A society acting in secret, ruled by a single sacred law. See that no one knows. I was part of it. Dupree himself recommended me. We gathered every month. What we saw, you cannot imagine. A curtain of normalcy protects the mind from something an outer something. The fog of the veil protected us. But through the veil we could peek out into the abyss. We could know of the unspeakable shapes that writhe beyond. A black nothingness entirely full of horrors. We could never cross the threshold. What we saw was forbidden. Look at me. Forbidden. I could not bear it anymore, so I ran. And I hid from them. It was too late to run or to forget.
I must go back to East Hill and try to talk to Miss Khan. If what the captain said is true, she must have been one of them. She could know where to find them. Uh-oh.
I cannot do this anymore.
I don't care, I just wanted us to be together.
You know it's too hard. I don't feel free.
I know, dear, I know. We'll figure it out.
How are you home so long?
I knew all along. How could you?
You know you never loved each other.
Silence, you have no honor. And you, what do you have to say? Why? I've given you everything.
You wouldn't understand,
Enough, you will leave in the morning. I won't see you ever again.
I'll wait for you at dawn under the old windmill, so you can try to recover what little honor you once had.
I'll be there. Yeah, it's that creepy. What the hell?
I must have fainted. What is this? Where am I? A matchbox.
This could be useful. Oh yeah, it could be useful.
A piece of furniture.
There are marks in the dust on the floor. It looks like this chair has been moved recently. Shifting the chair reveals a small dark hole in the wall. The small dark hole in the wall is too dark to see. The match is too short. I cannot reach my hand in further enough to see what lies beyond. I cannot see outside clearly. There's a blanket on the bed. I'm taking a shred of this blanket. Can I set that shred on fire? Oh, I swear I saw a pair of feet in there. Who is there? We have met before. I cannot see you. Who are you? Do you not recognize my voice? No, I'm sorry, I don't. Do not. Do you know what this place is? It is the starting point, the first place to look. But who are you? What are you doing here? Remember this, I will not be here forever. Darkness will light your way. Stay out of the light, then I will disappear and you will be alone in the end. I don't understand. Tell me who you are. Breathing behind the wall. The door is shut for good and it has no knob, no keyhole even. The blanket's not moving.
You? Divot!
Tell me, why are you doing this? Is it because you care about your patients? Or out of scientific curiosity? Is it for your pride? Because if it's your personal responsibility, or is it because it is the right thing to do? Why are you doing this?
No! Divot!
It's all right. Mein lieber Frauen, how are you feeling? I feel dizzy. What happened? Where are we? At my house. I went to East Hill to meet you and found you inside one of the cells, unconscious, your clothes stenching of opium smoke. I had brought you here. You've been out for a day and a half. I think it's coming back to me. I was at one of those opium dens. I must have passed out after breathing that dense smoke. Listen, I have much to tell you. My investigation unearthed a great deal of new information. Alexander was indeed institutionalized in East Hill, but his files were missing. I managed to track down a man who knew him. He told me a story you would not believe, and there was this woman, a patient at the hospital. She was completely out of her mind. She attacked me. What is happening to these people? Kaufman, how is this Alexander related to Mr. Devitt? I think this patient, Miss Khan, might know how to find Alexander. We must go back there and tell her whatever it takes. I'm afraid that will not be possible. What do you mean? Frau Khan is no longer at East Hill. She escaped last night. God Almighty. Do not worry, mein Freund. I think I might know where she's hiding. Get ready. We must leave promptly. They are coming. They are letting him in. Now that the door has been opened, they are coming.